Coming up on this episode of Central News, we're going to take a look at the plans for the newest athletic director. And also, as NCCU enters a new semester, there's a new attendance policy on the campus. You're watching Central News.
The broadcast studio in the Department of Mass Communication at North Carolina Central University, this is Central News.
Thank you for joining us for a new season of Central News. I'm your anchor, Victoria Cooper. Now, last year, Dr. Ingrid McCree stepped down as our athletic director, but there's a new player on our team and he has great plans for the department. Devontae Wedlock spoke with him and his plans for this upcoming year.
Yes, Victoria. Dr. Ingrid McCree has served as the NCCU athletic director for the past 13 years, and she has helped NCCU become from D2 to D1. Now the work is in the hands of Dr. Lewis Skip Perkins. Let's see what he has planned for the NCCU athletics.
Oh, sorry. Good morning. How are you doing?
Doing good, sir.
Good.
Dr. Lewis Perkins, affectionately known as Dr. Skip, began his journey here at Central as a class of 1990 graduate, later spreading his wings in his higher education commitment, serving in many aspects at other universities such as Howard, Delaware State, St. Augustine, and Coppin State, just to name a few.
Because this is where I started at, and to be able to come back and represent an institution and program that you competed for, played for, is very self-gratifying.
Although he did spread his wings at other universities, he said that it was always part of the plan to come back and give to the sloping hills and the verdant green of North Carolina Central University.
I think it's time that athletics is caught up with that curve. This is probably the only area. We've had some renovations over the years, but we haven't had a new constructed facility.
But his plans for North Carolina Central University will not be delayed and has already begun the work of improving our athletic facilities so that Eagles to come will be able to enjoy sporting events for years.
So we need our student body to continue to support that game in the rain. The whole student section was packed. And that's something that's always been relevant at North Carolina Central, is support from our student body. We can't go anywhere without them. We need them. And, I've always found it great, the connection we've had.
So while you're here on campus, make sure we go check out our sporting events to cheer on our fellow Eagles, like right here at the McDougal-McClendon Arena. Reporting for Central News, Devontae Wedlock.
Now, for the rest of the students that live off campus, they're complaining that there are just not enough parking spaces. Jabari, what can you tell us about what the commuter students are saying?
North Carolina Central University has a total of 6 commuter lots, with the largest lot maxing out at a total of 120 spaces.
Although commuter students are said to have the largest lots on campus, they are not dedicated to solely commuters. Lots such as the parking deck are available to faculty, on-campus students, and commuters as well, taking away from the commuter spaces.
I don't even want to start on the parking at campus. With all the construction and infrastructure, there's limited parking for students.
NCCU offers the choice of parking in the Latham parking deck for a price of $475, or parking in the commuter lots priced at $350 yearly, including summer, $175 for one term only, and $210 for just an evening permit.
Some changes that I would like to see would be some additional parking lots and parking spaces for the Mass Comm students around Ferris Newton, because we don't have any parking lots for just students only. There's one for faculty, but that's definitely a hot zone for getting your car towed, ticketed, and even just competing with the students who have to go to the CAF.
As of 2022, the Department of Transportation and Services states that parking on campus is by permit only. They also state our top priority is optimizing parking by providing transit opportunities that provide a high level of service so that all constituents are served. NCCU students are to pay a non-negotiable transportation fee of $53, no matter if they use the transportation services or not.
If you are a commuter student experiencing hardships when traveling to campus, be sure to give yourself an extra 15 minutes to be able to park and walk to class. Reporting for Central News, I'm Jabari Brown.
Now, you know what to do to cross the stage, but what happens after graduation? The NCCU chapter of NABJ is making sure that you are connected for your future. Imani Pippin, what can you tell us?
Whether students who are majoring in mass communications are concentrating in public relations, broadcast media, media studies, or journalism, all career fields are competitive to be in. North Carolina Central University's NABJ chapter makes it a priority to ensure that those students will have the opportunities to prepare themselves for what's to come for life after graduation. The NABJ, formerly known as the National Association of Black Journalists, is a well-known organization in the U.S. for African American journalists, students, and media professionals that was founded in 1975 in Washington, D.C. The organization hosts annual national conventions in major cities where upcoming journalists can showcase and tighten their skills in the presence of big-time broadcasters and media companies. For more close-knit opportunities in each region, the NABJ has various professional and student college levels chapters. NCCU is one of the 130 certified chapters that they have. The president, Victoria Cooper Thompson, the vice president, Tia Knowles, as well as some of the mass communication professors work together to connect students to internships and possible jobs in this competitive industry.
The main purpose of NABJ is pretty much to provide students opportunities outside of campus opportunities. And so in the NCCU student chapter here, I'm the vice president and Victoria Cooper Thompson is the president. And we pretty much work together to provide opportunities. Like we find internships, we find people to come talk to our students who want to offer them job opportunities. NABJ is very successful, let me put it that way.
Students who want a little extra help getting a boost in their career but may not have the funds to be a part of the national organization yet can join this chapter completely free by simply asking the president or vice president to join the group chat. Students can have the chance to get first dibs on upcoming internships and be the first to know about meetings with local and major people in the mass comm field. The NCCU NABJ chapter's goal is to produce as many successful future alumni that will earn their degree in this program. If you are a current or incoming mass communication student, it is highly recommended that you get connected with the student NABJ chapter in order to increase your chances in getting a head start in your preferred career field. It's not always what you know, but who you know. Reporting for Central News, Imani Pippin.
You may see electric scooters all over campus. They're helping some, but hurting others. Esther Vall, tell us what you found out about the electric scooters.
Scooters are a great way to commute around campus, but they've become a hazard where they're being parked.
It becomes a challenge when students don't return scooters to their proper locations. Instead, they're placing scooters in front of walkways, handicap accessibilities, sidewalks, and doors.
It makes it difficult to navigate through the sidewalk without having to, kind of be very aware of a scooter that may be in your path.
Students riding scooters must also continue to be aware of their surroundings. They are advised to obey the traffic rules and not to ride scooters during the later hours of the night.
So we've had to talk with students about making sure they follow the traffic rules just like what they would if they were riding a bike or if they were walking.
The city has partnered with the school to provide designated parking areas for the scooters. A few places students can find these areas are on Lawson Street in front of the cafeteria, another on Alston Avenue next to the law school, and one near the student union.
Don't forget to park your scooter in the safe zone. And be sure to put it on the stand. Esther Valley, reporting for Central News.
Now, the campus garden is here for all students to take a part of. But Diamond Jones tells us what you can do for the campus garden and what the campus garden can do for you.
North Carolina Central University Campus Garden is a place for students to come and get involved with their green thumb. They are located between Mary Towns and the Bright Building. Students are encouraged to come here and get involved with gardening.
Durham, located in a food desert area, the campus garden serves as fresh fruits, vegetables, and flowers for those in the community. Operations Manager Temet Farrington saw a need and sought out a solution.
And dismantle the food insecurity in this area. And with our produce, we leave it out on the table for students, faculty, staff, and community members to access.
The garden stands on truth and service and offers community service hours to students who help out, with hopes to instill their motto into all.
Our motto is in all things dig a little deeper.
The garden that started a decade ago with only 3 beds to now having over 20 beds, with hopes to continue to expand. Benjamin Myers, Vice President of the garden, shares more.
In the garden, we're looking at making some new beds and making some changes in the garden. So just trying to do as much as we can and provide a good outlet and opportunity for the students to kind of get their hands dirty and see where food comes from.
You do not need any prior experience. Just meet Ms. Farrington in room 1205 of the Mary Towns building, because this is a learning garden and you can be taught more information.
Right here are actually seeds, and you can plant this all over again.
Fruits and vegetables will be ready for harvesting in the fall. Come get freshly grown produce from your campus garden.
Campus Garden is a place where you can come and not only invest in your campus, but your environment too. See you there.
Back to you, Alyssa. Central News.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, but make sure you tune in every Friday at noon and follow us on Instagram at NCCU Central News. And remember, Eagles do not take flight lessons from chickens. Have a great day.